covering a very exciting topic today. This is challenging, I know, but it's the start of the conversation on feelings for toddlers. We have big news at the end with an exciting announcement about something that's going to help you to talk about feelings with your children. Stay tuned to the end so you can hear more. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Parent Corner channel. I'm Teresa Brown, a licensed therapist and the owner and director of the Attachment and Trauma Center of Houston. One topic we talk a lot with our parents about is feelings, specifically toddler feelings. We know those are very difficult to navigate. So our first tip for today is to start simple. You want to use simple feeling words, mad, sad, those types of things. Because if you talk about frustrated, you talk about nervous, you talk about anxious, they have no clue what you're talking about. So if we stick with mad and sad, those kind of things, they're going to start to get an idea of what we're trying to convey to them. So watch for when they are displaying these types of behaviors, or when you feel like this is a good time because they're not already having really big feelings, and we all know what that looks like. That's a good time to introduce the topic. You never, ever want to introduce a topic about feelings when anyone, including adults, is having really big feelings, because no one can hear you then. Our number 2 topic is how to help children understand that their behaviors and actions impact other kids' feelings. This is where we kind of start to introduce them to empathy, but we don't use the word empathy. So if they have an opportunity to see someone who does something to another child, you can talk about, how do you think the child that got hit or their toy was taken, how do you think they're feeling? And if they really kind of seem like they have no clue, tell them, let's look at their face. What do you think from their face? Look at their mouth. Do they have their mouth downturned? Are they frowning? Are they smiling? Those are the kind of things we can give kids to start to notice social cues on their friends' faces. We really want to start here to start to teach them to understand empathy. If they can't understand that other people feel the same way they do when something happens, it's going to be very hard for them to start to regulate themselves and not hurt other kids. Of course, this is a process. We're talking about toddlers. Tip number 3, we want to catch them when they're doing something good. We're not always looking for something negative to keep talking about. No one wants to hear everything negative. When you do see your child or another friend or a sibling and they're doing something together and you notice that they're really handling frustrations or they're handling sharing, that type of thing really well, or using their words talking about their feelings, it's a great time to point out, wow, I see you're really using your words, or I can see that you're telling them that you don't like what they're doing to you. Great job using your words to tell people how you feel. Tip number 4 is to use books and shows that they might watch to point out how the characters are feeling and how they can tell how the characters are feeling. Children have to learn to look for those types of things. When you see characters that are getting along well, playing together, sharing, you can talk about that. See how well they get to play together. And when you see other characters in the show or in a book that are displaying behaviors that you might think you want your child to recognize are not behaviors that other kids enjoy or want to play with kids who are displaying those behaviors, using the characters in a book or a show keeps it from being too personal and making your child become defensive or feel like you're saying negative things about them to shame them. Remember, we never ever want to shame our children or make them feel like we think that they're a bad person. Little kids are quick to do that because they internalize everything we say to them. In their eyes, adults are the ones who seem to know everything, we know how to do everything, and we know all the things that they don't know. So they really think that when we say something negative, what we're saying is the truth. Number 5 is our biggest tip of the day. Just as we talked about that children think parents know everything, they also watch everything you do. You are the role model for your children. So they are observing your behavior when you're upset, when you're frustrated, when you're sad, all of those types of things. And we know you're human, but keep in mind, little eyes are watching, and they're watching the way that you handle things. They learn what's an appropriate way to behave when they have a big feeling, mostly based on watching the adults around them. So when you're having a time and you're not able to display the best behavior that you want to, ask a partner or someone who's there with you to give you a few moments. Taking a break from being a parent is okay. In fact, in today's busy, stressful world, everybody needs to take a break. If you found these tips helpful, I wrote a book specifically for young children to start the conversation about feelings. So myself and my illustrator, Jason Williams, collaborated to write a book called Feelings, Feelings, Feelings. It has wonderful phrases that are repeated so that children can follow them along and use those words when they're not having big feelings to remind them that when they are having big feelings, that feelings always come and go, just like ocean waves. By the time you see this video, there will be a link in the description to order or pre-order our book. Remember, it's not easy to start conversations with preschoolers about feelings, and this book is a simple, fun, easy way to do that. Thanks for watching through the whole video, and please subscribe if you haven't.